This could be the fight of the year. Since February 24th, 2024, Edgar Berlanga wants Canelo Álvarez next following his sixth-round knockout win over Padraig McCrory in their super middleweight contest in the main event on DAZN at the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. Eddie Hearn also believes there's a chance that Canelo Álvarez will face Edgar Berlanga next in September since Berlanga is the commercially viable fighter. Let's get to it. Edgar Berlanga boasts a perfect record, with every one of his 22 pro wins coming in the very first round. His punches do not come in light, and his confidence knows no bounds. But how did he arrive at this juncture, where the gaze of the boxing world rests squarely upon him? Berlanga, coming from Brooklyn, New York, is a rising star in the world of boxing. Known for his ferocity, punching power, and aggressive style, Berlanga burst onto the scene with a string of first-round knockouts that left most of us quite impressed. He made his professional debut on April 29, 2016, scoring a first-round knockout victory against Jorge Pedrosa at Isla San Marcos in Aguascalientes City, Mexico. Since then, he set the tone for a remarkable streak of 16 consecutive first-round knockouts. Berlanga's knockout streak did not go unnoticed, as it caught the attention of several promotional companies. Berlanga initially signed with Top Rank in March 2019, 1 month prior to his 10th pro fight. His Top Rank debut came on an April 2019 card at Madison Square Garden in New York City, barely 30 minutes from his Brooklyn home base. Berlanga fought 11 times under the Top Rank banner, a run which included the extension of his streak of 16 consecutive first-round knockouts to begin his career. The explosive run came to an end in April 2021 when Berlanga dropped Demon Nicholson 4 times, but was forced to settle for an 8-round, unanimous decision victory. The 25-year-old Boricua has been extended the full distance in each of his last 4 starts, though while remaining a popular gate attraction both in New York and Central Florida. Berlanga suffered an injury and a knockdown in an October 2021 points win over former title challenger Marcelo Coceres in Las Vegas. Wins over Steve Rolls and then Angulo, both at MSG's Hulu Theater in 2022, failed to resonate beyond his hardcore fan base, even some of whom began to turn on the unbeaten boxer. Berlanga attracted controversy due to an incident during his June 11, 2022 fight against Romer Alexis Angulo, during which Berlanga attempted to bite Angulo on the shoulder. The following day, Berlanga joked about the incident, saying, "I was about to do a Mike Tyson on him." Berlanga received criticism for this comment and later apologized. The New York State Athletic Commission later fined Berlanga $10,000 and suspended him from professional boxing for a period of 6 months for the incident. After coming back, although Top Rank felt like they were moving at the right pace, it appears that Berlanga didn't feel the same, since he believed that there were more opportunities for him and that he could make more money elsewhere. So he decided to part ways with Top Rank in early 2023, making him a free agent. On the DAZN Boxing Show, he spoke about all things surrounding his free agency and the different options he had. Berlanga to say, continued, "They were trying to slow me down. I just want to continue to grow as a fighter. I feel like I'm not a co-main event fighter. I sold out the Hulu Theater. I did amazing numbers and fought top-level opposition. I'm in a situation right now where I feel like I'm ready for that step up. I tip my hat off to them. It's business at the end of the day." In February 2023, Edgar Berlanga made a significant move by signing a multi-fight deal with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. This promotional company has a strong presence in the boxing world and is known for its high-profile events and fighters. Berlanga's decision to join Matchroom came after lucrative offers from other promoters, including Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Al Heyman's Premier Boxing Champions. With Matchroom, Berlanga aimed to build his legacy and ultimately secure a big fight against ring super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Álvarez. The dream matchup between Mexico and Puerto Rico remains his ultimate goal. Throughout his career, Berlanga has always craved for high-profile fights, and one fight in particular is fight with Canelo. He even went ahead and uploaded a fight poster of him and Canelo on X with the wording, "The Battle of Mexico and Puerto Rico, Canelo, Berlanga, September 2024. This goes to show how hungry Berlanga is for the fight with Canelo. On the other hand, Canelo Álvarez comes into the ring with experience he started to collect at just 15. But what has really made him stand out all along is his amazing talent, his powerful punches, his will to win, and the fact that he trained to be the best, even from his early fights. One of his older promoters, Richard Schaefer, recognized the destiny Canelo had in boxing. He said, "It was 2005, 15 years old. The kid turns pro, he fights his first 22 fights in Mexico." By the time Canelo was 15 years old, he had already stepped into the ring numerous times as an amateur. His record at that tender age was an impressive 44 wins with 12 knockouts and only 2 losses. Over time, he kept fighting tougher and tougher opponents, and he kept winning. Beating famous boxers like Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, and Gennady Golovkin further cemented his place as a boxing legend. At the beginning of his career as a pro boxer, Oscar De La Hoya's company, Golden Boy took Canelo under its wing, nurturing his talent and guiding him through the ranks. At first, the plan was to keep Canelo's fights in Mexico so that he could gain experience and build a reputation, and then take him to the USA for the big fights. In 2013, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Floyd Mayweather, the seasoned maestro, faced off against Canelo, the rising star from Mexico. This was one of the biggest fights Canelo did. Even with a legend like Floyd in the ring, he still managed to land some blows to Floyd. However, in the end, Mayweather's precision and defensive brilliance prevailed, and he won by unanimous decision. Floyd even acknowledged him as a worthy opponent by saying, "Now, like any other boxing champion, Canelo has his struggle with promotion companies." Back in 2018, DAZN signed Canelo to a massive deal worth $365 million over 5 years. It was a lucrative contract, one that promised to revolutionize boxing broadcasting. But with time, DAZN began seeking a reduction in the amount they were paying for Canelo's fights. Financial concerns from the COVID-19 pandemic and DAZN's standard financial issues played a role. And to add to that, DAZN claimed that Canelo had violated his contract by not fighting one premier opponent every year. According to Canelo, moving on from Golden Boy was because he felt like those in Golden Boy were not concerned with the boxer's benefit, but their own. In an interview, he said, "The feud escalated to a point where in September, Canelo and his team filed a lawsuit against DAZN and Golden Boy over the situation. They sought at least $280 million in damages based on what was still owed to him, plus lost sponsorship and gate revenue." The fallout of Canelo and Golden Boy left a lot of unresolved emotions between him and Golden Boy's CEO De La Hoya, to the point they almost exchanged blows in public. According to De La Hoya, Canelo seemed to have forgotten who had helped him become a global star. He said, "However, I would be remiss if I did not respond to the man I used to promote. He seems to have trouble remembering who helped him become a global star. He has spent the last 2 months insulting me rather than promoting this fight." He continued to admit that he was at a low point in life, but said, "But that doesn't change the fact that Golden Boy built Canelo Álvarez, period. The company you fought under for decades has always had one name, and it's mine. So put some fucking respect on it." These words tipped Canelo off to a point where the two almost went at it. It was now clear that Canelo had had it with Golden Boy, and in November 2020, Canelo reached an agreement to sever ties with both Golden Boy Promotions and DAZN. He became a promotional free agent, ready to continue his boxing career on his terms. Fast forward to today, Canelo's resume is just a clean proof of his willingness to take on all comers, regardless of weight class. He has won world titles in 4 different weight divisions, from light middleweight to light heavyweight, and he faces anyone who tries to challenge him for the titles, well, if the money is right. Now, while there were debates as to who really will face Canelo in September 2024, David Benavidez, Troy Williamson, Terence Crawford, and David Morrell seem to be ruled out, with only one contender remaining, Berlanga. When talking to Title Sports Network, Berlanga said, When Berlanga was asked how he sees the fight going against Canelo, he said, it's on be a firefight, man, 'cause listen, I'm from Puerto Rico, and we got a heart of a lion, man. If I got to go on my shield, I go on my shield, but obviously, I'm in this for legacy. I want to beat him, and I want to be the first Puerto Rican to ever have all the titles in the division, and you know, no male fighter has ever done that. All other great names won championships, but they never became undisputed. For me, being undisputed and coming from my country is different Kasima be a legend. It is evident that Berlanga is confident in his skills, and he has been looking forward for this bout since early February this year. As highly anticipated the Berlanga-Canelo fight is, there were other contenders who were speculated to fight Canelo on August. The fact that Berlanga was chosen to fight Canelo, other than other fighters who have qualified for the position, really brings up the question about what this fight is really about. When asked what information he could offer about Canelo versus Berlanga fight happening, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO, said, "Until now, Canelo has not yet confirmed that he will fight Berlanga next, but it's expected that Berlanga will serve as his tune-up opponent before he faces Terence Crawford in the first half of 2025. What stands out about Berlanga is his confidence, despite being matched against lesser opponents throughout his career, first by Top Rank and now by Matchroom. This has made some fans on social media, well, not impressed. They say they don't want to see Canelo defend his undisputed super middleweight championship against Berlanga, who they feel hasn't earned the shot against him. In response, Berlanga said, "I know Canelo fought big punchers and everybody, but I feel with me, it's something different. I'm going to bring something different to the table." However, some fans are also viewing this as a step down for Canelo compared to his last fight, Jaime Munguia, who, as they say, is a much better fighter than Berlanga. Whether the fight will be held for commercial reasons, it sure has attracted a lot of attention. From calling out Canelo to posting a poster on X about the potential fight with Canelo, Berlanga definitely wants this fight. Now, inasmuch as everyone else is excited for the fight, we know that Canelo doesn't fight like a traditional Mexican boxer. He is a methodical tactician. While Mexican fighters often engage in toe-to-toe wars, Canelo employs a more methodical approach. His patience allows him to break opponents down throughout a fight. He wins by decision or late stoppage, relying on a disciplined punch output. Canelo's counterpunching ability is exceptional. He uses feints and angles to open up opponents' defenses and lands precise counters. Unlike the typical Mexican mold, Canelo prioritizes defense. He's defensively responsible, minimizing exposure to counterattacks, with his defensive skills allowing him to avoid unnecessary risks while still entertaining all of us. Canelo surprises opponents with unorthodox combinations, mixing up punches effectively, keeping opponents guessing. His versatility confuses opponents and opens up opportunities. Berlanga's reputation, on the other hand, rests on his incredible knockout power. He starts fights aggressively, aiming for early stoppages. His explosive punches can end fights quickly, catching opponents off guard. He relentlessly walks opponents down, maintaining forward momentum, gradually increases pressure, and his aggression can overwhelm opponents, especially in the early rounds. And let's not forget Berlanga's 16 consecutive first-round knockouts. His reputation alone can mentally affect opponents early in the fight. At 26, Berlanga is hungry for success. He's eager to prove himself against top opponents, and his energy and determination can drive him to push the pace. In the coming fight, Canelo's experience, ring IQ, and defensive skills would be crucial advantages. However, Berlanga's raw power and relentless aggression could pose a threat to Canelo, especially in the early rounds. Well, for what it's worth, it will be an interesting clash, one for fans to dream about. But do you think Berlanga would win against Canelo? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.